How's it going, boys? Johnny Superbman here, and I got a little bit of a tease for you guys today. I will be starting up the next GM mode commentary in the next couple of weeks. I got the time set, I'm ready to edit, but before we go into the future, we have to show respect to the past. That means going back and showing you guys the accomplishments, the milestones, everything that Utah's own, Salt Lake City's own, our captain, Jarrod Vesce, was able to accomplish in his career, right? So you all watch the GM mode, you all know what he was able to accomplish, but the little things here and there, if we take his stats and we input them into the record books of today's NHL, it's actually quite fascinating. So first off, his total career points, right? 820 games played, 588 goals, 407 assists for 995 points. Man, I should have stuck around and got him to 1,000. But the guy's only 28 years old. Theoretically, you could multiply all of those stats by 2 and it would work out. He'd only be at 1640 for games played. That's not even passing Patrick Marleau, right? So would his numbers fall off? Would he get injured? I mean, you can talk about all this, but those are some serious numbers when you multiply it by 2, because now goals, he's well over 1,000. Bye-bye Gretzky, bye-bye Ovechkin. Assists, nowhere near to Gretzky. No one's beaten that freaking 1,900 assists in a career. It's crazy. But his point totals now get up to second, just under 2,000, ahead of Jaromir Jagr, below Wayne Gretzky. So that's what Jarrod Vesce, at 28 years of age, projected forward, looks to be in his NHL career. But the playoff numbers, ooh, that's where it starts to look real good. We'll get to that in a second, right? He is already 22nd all-time in goals behind Sidney Crosby. He's already 99th all-time in points ahead of Phil Kessel. Yeah, baby, the assistant GM. So like I said, if you multiply his goals by 2, he's number 1. You multiply his assists by 2, I'm sure he's like top 25 or something like that. He's already 3rd all-time in playoff points behind Gretzky and Mark Messier. So that's why I wanted to wait till now. 177 games played in the playoffs. I mean, that's fantastic. 124 goals in the playoffs, 113 assists for 237 points. That's right. He's already 3rd all-time in playoff points behind the Moose and the Great One. Those two guys were just going off with Edmonton, right? He's already, at 28 years of age, 1st all-time in total playoff goals. Out of everybody who scored in the NHL playoffs, nobody's done it more than Jarrod Vesce. At 28 years of age, man, he's 3rd all-time in playoff game-winning goals behind Gretzky and Brett Hull. He's 1st all-time in playoff power play goals. You know what he does with his what is it, the screening, the total eclipse, right? He just stands on front of the net talking mad shit to those goaltenders. He's a power play merchant, baby. He's tied Mike Bossy with 950 goal seasons in a row, and we know he would have had 10 barring injury. He would have gone out there and done it again, right? Like I said, he's only 28 in his prime. He's 3rd all-time with 4 60-goal seasons behind Bossy and Gretzky. I'll get another 60 in there, no problem. Tied 5th all-time for points in a single NHL postseason with 40. If you guys all remember what Connor McDavid did last year, he had 42 points, and they were talking, is he going to get to Gretzky? I think Gretzky had 50 or something. Well, hey, 5th all-time ain't bad with 40. He's tied 1st all-time with most goals in a single playoff run with 19. Thanks a lot, Reggie Leach on Philadelphia in the 70s. If I just would have gotten one more. 19 is still pretty damn good, though. He tied Sidney Crosby for the youngest captain to ever win a Stanley Cup. And you know what? We don't even know when Jarrod Vesce was born. I'll put him at January 1st. He's now the youngest captain to ever do it. He tied Jean Beliveau as the only captain to win 5 cups for the team that he's captaining, 5 Maurice Richard trophies, 4 Art Ross trophies, 3 Conn Smythes. He should have had at least like 4, maybe even 5 Conn Smythes. Freaking Logan Cooley and Yanni Norrin stealing it from him. 1 Ted Lindsay. That's the crazy one. 1 effing Ted Lindsay. You're telling me that this man dominating everywhere in the NHL, the other players only voted for him being the most valuable player once? I mean, can you say jealous? And then, of course, the Calder for Rookie of the Year, something that Wayne Gretzky and Connor McDavid didn't even get. Let's go. And the same thing, you know how we multiplied the points? You could multiply, theoretically, you could multiply the trophies, meaning that 5 Maurice Richard trophies, it turns into 10, and I think Gretzky had 9 Art Ross trophies. All right, you ain't beating Wayne Gretzky there. Or no, sorry, 5 Maurice Richard trophies, 9 was Alexander Ovechkin, right? Yeah, so Ovi had 9, another 10 years, maybe Vesce gets 10. 4 Art Ross trophies, I don't care, you're not beating Wayne Gretzky with that. 3 Conn Smythes, that's already the lead with Patrick Waugh, so he's already tied for first. Ted Lindsay, I should have a way more than that. And the big one at the end, the man who's got the most Stanley Cups in NHL history, Henry Richard, with 11. Jarrod Vesce already has 5. So the question I put to you guys, if we were able to continue the career, we're not going to do it because I want to leave the question mark out there so I can claim that he's the greatest player in the NHL history. I don't need injuries popping up in the later end of this guy's career, right, to ruin things. Would Jarrod Vesce have been able to get 11 cups or even more? I say yes, because we built a team here. I know we're getting into contract hell, but with a guy this good at 28 years of age, hell yeah, we could have done it. And if I got another 10 years in, he'd be first everywhere. Just the stats behind Gretzky you ain't beaten. So there it is. Utah, Salt Lake City's own Jarrod Vesce. Utah Yeti fans, I hope you enjoyed the GM mode commentary with the Utah Yeti. It was the best series I've ever done, and this guy, I don't know what we're going to have in the next GM mode commentary, but it's going to take a magical player to surpass the accomplishments and achievements brought to the table by Utah's own Jarrod Vesce. Thank you so much, Jarrod, for everything that you did for us. You will always be remembered as the legend from Utah.